Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to JohnCon 2015. And welcome to the primary musical performance of the con. I am Danny Birt. Thank you very much for having me to JohnCon, Johns Hopkins University. This is really cool. Something else I didn't tell you guys, from those of you who went to my multimedia presentation yesterday. I used to be a college instructor. So to be able to stand up here in a classroom in Johns Hopkins University and be the presenter is quite an honor.
What did you teach?
I taught a whole bunch of things: anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, pathology, psychology, law, business, ethics, and all the other hands-on things that go along with massage therapy. Because I'm a massage therapist, in addition to being a music therapist and a college instructor. And I'll stop there. Let's do some music. Or you can call in an author. How many short stories must a writer submit before he gets one accepted? How many rejection letters must a writer get before he meets with success? The answer, my friends, is 1,267,010. The answer is very depressing. How many book covers must an artist draw before she's recognized as great? How many visits per day must webcomics get before they get reciprocal link requests? How many times must a publisher call their artist to get the final draft? The number, my friends, is longer than my... The answer is longer than pi. How many film songs must a filker filk before more filkers filk his filk? How many Smurfs must a Smurfy smurf before more Smurfs smurf his smurf? How much wood must a woodchuck chuck if that woodchuck would? The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
42!
The answer, my friends, is 42! That's right. Woohoo! Alright, so I know a few of you know at least some of my music. How many of you have heard my music on thefump.com, the Funny Music Project? How many of you know of the Funny Music Project? Oh my goodness! The Funny Music Project is a project about funny music. Funny music happens weekly, new, free, funny music, every week, by a whole bunch of different artists. Please, go take a look. How many of you have heard me on the Dr. Demento Show? No? How many of you know of the Dr. Demento Show? Okay, good! Well, yes, I've been on the Dr. Demento Show.
That's still going?
Yes, it is. And my first song that ever made it onto the Dr. Demento Show got on right before he ended his national radio play. And he has since moved into online. And you can get a subscription, and he is still going, still getting the funny music out there. So yes, please do that. Go check him out. In fact, I will go ahead and sing that song. First song ever on Dr. Demento. Hello, nice policeman, golly, was I speeding? The weather's fine, the traffic's light, no ticket am I needing. I was driving safely, why'd you pull me over, sir? This stop's about my money, not my safety, that's for sure. What do you mean that's a misconception, sir? I know that you know that it's true. Alright, please don't get offended, sir, I will explain my opinion to you. If jail time were to replace the speeding fine and lose the city revenue, would your police department give you more or less traffic duty assignments to do? Alright, shall we do a sci-fi song, a fantasy song, or a pirate song?
Pirate.
Pirate.
You really wanted to do the pirate last night, so.
Okay, pirates it is. I will need your assistance with this one. R. Yes, you can warm up your R's. Are you ready now? R. I can't hear you. Oh, no, that's SpongeBob. Okay. Buddy, you're a cabin boy, just snuck in with a plan. Gonna be your first mate someday. You got salt in your hair, your skin so fair. Always sailing, but you're never sure to where. We are pirates. Sing it now. We are pirates. Buddy, you're a young man, crewman, sitting on a pirate from your very first ship today. You got blood on your face, you big disgrace, waving your compass all over the place. We are pirates. We are pirates. Buddy, you're an old man, captain, sailing, got your booty and you're gonna retire today. You got a shirt made of lace, patch on your face, wave the Jolly Roger all over the place. We are pirates. We are pirates. Shall we do a gaming song, a song about filking, or a science, technology, math song?
STEM!
STEM wins.
Welcome to Hudson.
There's no.
Oh, you missed some of the medical stuff that I did yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall we do a math song, a science song, or a chemistry song?
Chemistry.
All right, let's do it by raising hands. Math? Chemistry? Chemistry is cheating.
Hey!
Double bonded.
These are achiral. It totally works.
It's what?
They're radical hands.
Radical hands? Well, I feel like I'm getting an education here. This is good.
Someone just had trans.
Well, no, it's cis,
And
and it's L and S. So it's cis and...
It's the exact same as the genders.
I saw her pushing buttons on her atom machine. I knew it must have been a TI-83. Then she grabbed her pen and wrote an equation. I could tell exactly then that she was from me. Yeah, me. And I could tell exactly then that she was from me. Yeah, me. Singing, I love calculus. Algebra's a bore and trees too easy. I love calculus. So go and grab a pen and grab a slope with me. Yow! She smiled, so I asked if she was master's of PhD. Master's don't matter, she said. Heck, I've got 3. Said, I'll see you at school. Your calculator's cool. And then we discussed Newton, and she was with me. Yeah, me. And then we discussed Newton, and she was with me. Yeah, me. Singing, I love calculus. Algebra's a bore and trees too easy. I love calculus. So go grab a pen and grab a slope with me. I love calculus. Algebra's a bore and trees too easy. I love calculus. So go and grab a pen and grab a slope with me. I love calculus. Algebra's a bore and trees too easy. I love calculus. So go and grab a pen and grab a slope with me. Shall we do a Dr. Demento style song or a gaming song?
gaming.
Gaming.
Gaming it is. Sign me into the server, sign me into the gang. Buy me some weapons and armor, and wait for my friends to come give me a hand, for it's woot, woot, woot for the whole team. If we get killed, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 shots, you're dead unless it's a headshot. A lot of times people ask me, where my ideas come from for the books that I write, the songs that I write. Every once in a while, it's just centered around one thing. That one, woot, woot, woot. It was so worth it. The whole song is worth it just because of that. For those of you who do know my songs, if you have a request, I will take one now. But you have to beat me to the next song.
You should do the silent lecture.
Sounds good. So you guys have already probably figured out by now that I'm a musician. But I am also an author and an editor. How many of you are authors?
I want to be.
Working on it. Woke up this morning, started writing, looked at the pagey there, and all the words were fighting. I've got the blues, the silent letter blues. Oh, I'm so miserably, I'm tired of sounding so dumb. Went to a pedagogy to find out some answers, but he wouldn't listen because he was so aghast. Oh, I got the blues, the silent letter blues. Oh, I'm so miserably, I'm tired of sounding so dumb. Went to a psychologist way down in Arkansas. I could just sound like he's chronology, I believe, but I think he is a dumbass. So I got the blues, the silent letter blues. Oh, I'm so miserably, I'm tired of sounding so dumb. But shall we do an audience participatory song or a sci-fi song?
Sci-fi.
Okay.
Both.
One of each. Consecutively.
I don't have my cards
Concurrently.
for that one. Rats. All right, I'll do this one. Combining the two, a sci-fi audience participatory. How many of you have watched some iteration of Stargate? Good. I sang this song. I've sung this song at many conventions, but the best convention that I ever played it at for audience participation was in Texas, Deep South Con. They knew exactly what to do.
What?
Let's see how you guys compare. The planet could be ruled by Goa'uld. When we go, okay, you completely failed.
Well, I mean, it's.
Let's try this
I
again.
can't make my eyes light up. I mean.
I like that. Well done. I have not heard that one yet. So, what you do is you clap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Deep in.
Right at the end. So you can do it. The cut. I failed. The planet could be ruled by gold. When we come out of the Stargate, our replicators might have us in their sight. When we come out of the Stargate, the Wraith might attack and have us for a snack. When we come out of the Stargate, or maybe by and by we will meet the Ori. When we come out of the Stargate, there's things to meet and people to greet. When we come out of the Stargate, or in soldier mode, we'll make things explode. When we come out of the Stargate, but this we know from 200 episodes. When we come out of the Stargate, there will be no such thing as a furling. When we come out of the Stargate.
I wonder why Texas knew that.
Deep in
the heart of
Dixie.
Texas.
Texas.
Ooh.
Texas. Yes, I'm in Maryland. That's right.
The most of it's alive.
No.
No, we are the South. But we identify.
The old
Whatever
South.
you
we're
call
south.
yourself.
We're in the south, but we're
Trust me.
siding up north, so we're traitors.
No, they kept us at the
We got occupied.
And the concert ended there.
There's, the big old Fed Hill that was pointed at
It's
Baltimore
true. It's
to
true.
make sure that we did not
Secede.
secede.
Okay,
Yeah,
look,
but the South moved south.
If
It's
you
kind of the
stay-
Potomac now. The South
there are far less Confederate flags flying in this state than there are any state.
False. You just haven't been to the Eastern Shore.
Sorry.
There we go.
Keep going.
Wish that I was on a Firefly cruising along in the black. I ain't gonna give you no trouble, but if you give it to me, I'll give it back. Man's gotta eat, so man's gotta work. Ultimately, every man works for himself. Find me the right job and I'll see it through. The wrong, I'll leave it on the shelf. Firefly, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Firefly, her name is Serenity. Her name is Serenity. Fireflies are transports, plain and simple. Port to port she'll always go. But what she will transport, port to port, her captain and her crew can never know. Sometimes with passengers, other times cargo, medications, papers, or chow. Maybe a companion for those who can pay, or the occasional cow. Firefly, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Firefly, her name is Serenity. Her name is Serenity. Oh, the enemy's phasers are frightful, and their hearts are very spiteful. Captain, shall I fire a torpedo? Make it so, make it so, make it so. Their fire shows no signs of stopping. Into warp drive we should be popping, 'cause our shields are getting low. Make it so, make it so, make it so. When we finally get away, the captain turns around to say, Captain's log note to self, do not say a Klingon captain's body's hot. What luck, no crew are dying. The one of the red shirts is crying. Captain, do you accept a private message from the Bird of Prey or no? Make it so, make it so, make it so. And of course, which captain is that?
Picard. Make it so, make it so, make it so.
Good job. All right.
Hey, Picard has had his own, you know.
Badges, lanyard. Badges, lanyard. Badges. A lanyard. Badges. A name. Oh, it's a name. It's a badges. Okay, I'll stop. This may be one of the youngest crowds that I've ever played to. How many of you know where that comes from? Over half! Yes! I like it!
It's really scary that people know
Old
How
days
does that come
YouTube.
from?
I remember
You
seeing
don't?
it.
You know?
Oh my god.
Badgers.
I have no idea what.
Just look up Badgers.
All right, time
just
to
look
put the
back,
con
it's
hold
fine.
and schedule trips
It's
to
time for me to just post
albinosblacksheep.com.
old memes
No,
on Tumblr so people will learn them.
Wait, no, I know the Badgers video.
That's what that
I've seen
was.
that. Okay, I don't know it well enough.
You're so
I
young.
didn't, like,
You didn't
walk-
have to go to sketchy flash video sites.
All right.
And then I'm
Like
supposed
you
to
do.
go to
The
New
novel was
Ground.
much better.
No, don't
The
go
owl
there.
one.
Louis just got bitten by a vampire. Myrtle chose to come back as a ghost. Frankie started craving brains when he got splattered by infected blood. Yeah, that sounds kinda gross. Oh blah-dee, oh blah-da, life goes on until it stops, then life goes on. 9 rings made 9 kings into 9 ring rapes. Ghouls will eat you alive or dead. If you see a mummy or a skeleton and wanna live, you'd better shoot 'em in the head. Oh blah-dee, oh blah-da, life goes on until it stops, then life goes on. With a couple of holy items you can turn them back, at least some stone stories, others not so. In RPGs you can even use a cure spell or a healing potion as an attack. Would you choose to be undead if you could choose? How would you choose which one you would be? Are you scared of death, or is unlife much worse? How did a joke song turn into philosophy? Blah-dee, blah-da, life goes on until it stops, then unlife goes on. One more time. Oh blah-dee, oh blah-da, life goes on until it stops, then unlife goes on.
More philosophy songs. Is there any like filk of Nietzsche? That would be hilarious.
There is some filk regarding somebody's Dungeons and Discourses campaign,
That would work.
Oh my gosh.
including what I wonder what it's like to be a bat.
What?
That's like a
Very
meta. That's a double
close.
meta
Okay.
reference.
Yes.
Some humanities over here, and like
That's why you're sitting on that
exactly. If there's a divider, I'm not allowed to mingle.
I'm
Trevor, get over here.
No.
We're here because we're here. Kierkegaard would disagree. So would Socrates and all those guys. They would say, why can't you see? That we're here because we're here is just some clueless repartee. Go get an education, son, and abjure stupidity. Very close. Kierkegaard, Socrates, Nietzsche.
Okay, it's philosophy.
Sweet. All right. There's so many wonderful songs, and I don't know which ones you guys would most.
Something fantasy.
Something fantasy. Fantasy it is. I don't think I have my falsetto with me today. Shall we do one of my original songs, or shall we do a Harry Potter song?
Original.
Original.
Okay.
We'd like to see your genius shine.
Oh, wow. Setting high up there, huh? Shall we do a zombie song or a song about King Arthur?
Arthur.
Considering how much Avalon we play.
Besides, we just did the undead song.
True enough.
But you can never.
Have
Well,
to
actually,
keep-
you can always have
keep
2
you guys
minutes
on your
zombies.
toes.
Like, you can always have 2 minutes zombies.
And there are no kids in the audience, so I can do this one.
Yes.
Greatest thing about this song is there's nothing that any child who has not already become twisted will notice. The parents will be horrified, perhaps, but not the child. So yes, the world of fantasy goes back long, long ways. And a lot of people don't even remember that King Arthur is, in his own way, fantasy. You know, you have magicians and magic swords and things like that. It's fantasy.
Don't be ridiculous. It absolutely happened.
Yeah, all that stuff used to work back then.
I'm just saying that it was fantastic. This is the tale of King Arthur, as told by a redneck. So y'all listen up now, you hear? Well, Arthur Pendragon was a good old boy. He roamed the wild woods on the island of Britain. He killed boars and deers with bows and arrows. He wiped his butt with grass when he was done, taking a dump. Till one day Arthur met up with this old hippie dude who said he was a wizard named Merlin. And he gave Arthur some magic mushrooms. Pretty soon his mind was wheeling and whirling. After that, Arthur was convinced that Merlin had powers, so he applied to be a hippie apprentice. But Merlin grabbed the classifieds and showed him an ad for a position just a tad more pretentious. Wanted king, said the classified ad. Qualifications: pull a sword from a stone. So Arthur got out his Cannon WD-40. Next thing you know, he's sitting on the throne. Not the white porcelain one, the kind that don't flush. So Arthur had it all, except he wanted a missus, so he headed on down to the bar. Some hoochie named Guinevere showed him her hooters, so he married her right then and there. But Arthur's sister Morgan was the jealous kind. She didn't take too kindly to competition. So she got him drunk and he got her knocked up, and pretty soon there was a brand new addition. Guinevere was getting some on the side too. Even duct tape couldn't keep her legs together. She fell for a knight who slipped her the lance a lot. Still Arthur found them together in whips and chains and leather. The whole sordid tale ends with Arthur's son Mordred challenging his pa to a duel. They got on their banjos and played to their deaths. Fate, it seems, can sometimes be cruel. But Morgan knew a guy who knew cryogenics. So off to Avalon the ladies did adjourn. They took Arthur's body with them for to revive him, so someday the king will return. Thank you. How many of you have watched or read some iteration of Dune? Good enough. Sometimes I will ask a question of an audience and only one or two people will raise their hands, and I just won't do that song. Because almost heaven on Arrakis. -5 humidity, Fahrenheit 150. Life is death here, 'cause death brings life anew. If you forget your still suit, death will come for you. The spice must flow to make the spaceships go to and fro. With more spice, catch 22. What can we do except see it through? The spice must flow. House of Treaties hates Harkonnen. House Harkonnen hates Treaties right back. Both these houses, alike in dignity, hate the Schneikes out of His Imperial Majesty. The spice must flow to make the spaceships go to and fro. With more spice, catch 22. What can we do except see it through? The spice must flow. Quasits Hiderach, Polachibis. What did boy? Brenn's Lisan Algaib. If you haven't read the Dune series, you probably thought the previous 20 syllables resembled what I would sound like having a stroke. The spice must flow. Go to and fro. With more spice, catch 22. What can we do except see it through? The spice must flow. Let's do one of the ones I did yesterday. So some of you guys are going to know what to do. We did a memory test song yesterday. We shall do this in the traditional Italianate way. I shall sing it through once, and then you guys are going to join me on the end of every line the second time through. When the animal pops its head out of the hole, whack-a-mole. When the animal's long has big teeth and it swings, that's amore. Yo, bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing "I-tinnitus." Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, and you'll sing EKG, please. Mush and avocado up with lemon and salt guacamole. Eat some chocolate, marshmallow, 2 graham crackers, that's amore. When society adds up its sum of norms, virtues, and values, scusami, but you see here in humanity, that's amore. Did you hear that, humanities? Amore? Okay, just making sure. Don't want to leave anybody out here. When the animal popped its head out of the hole, whack-a-mole. When the animal's long has big teeth and it swims, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing "I-tinnitus." Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, and you'll sing EKG, please. Mush and avocado up with lemon and salt guacamole. Eat some chocolate, marshmallow, 2 graham crackers, that's amore. When society adds up its sum of normal virtues and values. Scusa me, but you see here in humanity that's
Alright. Just was reading that Cicero speech to myself.
spectacular.
He had to do a thing on rhetoric, and I was like, "Here, Cicero." He was like, "Nah, I got Cicero."
You should share that song with friends. I'm sure you can find it online somewhere. All right.
All of my friends are science majors. Except for you, Trevor. Stay with me.
All right. There was a little bit of disagreement a little while ago on the chemistry, so I'll do the chemistry song.
What if it's
Well, it could be considered. It's a beautiful day, and you'd think by its title that it has to do with a rodent that lives underground and comes out once a year to go look at its shadow for kicks. But there's already a day set aside in February if you're into that sort of thing. So at 6:02 a.m. on October 23rd, go and say hi to a mole. 'Cause on Mole Day, you will find that it's okay to go look in a hole and see if there's a mole, or say hi to the one on your skin. Hello. 'Cause on Mole Day, Avogadro's Day, there are 10 to the 23rd reasons to honor a mole. The Pi Day song yesterday.
I don't think we
Mole Day
did.
song today.
No, I don't think we did the Pi Day, did we?
Did we?
You almost did, but then you didn't.
I see. How many of you knew that Pi Day existed? Good! I'm glad to see that. You guys win.
Now we gotta wait for Tau Day.
Someone made that comment yesterday.
I've had a few people request Tau Day. Now that I've done Mole Day and the Pi Day song, it's on my list to write. Shall we do?
What's E Day, like February 8th?
Well, no, 2.7, isn't it?
Oh.
Shall we do a Harry Potter song? Or shall we do a Shakespeare song?
Shakespeare.
How many Shakespeare?
Gotta give the bard his due.
Starting with this one as well. I noticed a lot of you got the Shakespeare reference in the Spice Must Flow song. That one goes over a lot of people's heads.
That would have been a very interesting, different story.
I mean, you could set Romeo and Juliet in a drug war.
You can set Romeo and Juliet wherever you want.
I bite my thumb at thee, sandworm. Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed, thrice and runs the hedge pig whined. Harpier cries, it is time, it is time. So round about the cauldron we rhyme. It's the eye of the newt, it's the toe of the frog, it's the wool of the bat and tongue of dog. Double up, sisters, double up, toil and trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Thus quoth Shakespeare. Adder's fork and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. Root of hemlock, dig it out in the dark, maw and gulp of the raven, sea salt shark. It's the eye of the newt, it's the toe of the frog, it's the wool of the bat and tongue of dog. Double up, sisters, double up, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. That's quoth Shakespeare. Could with a baboon's blood, and then the charms firm and good, by the pricking of my thumbs, Something wicked this way comes. It's the eye of the newt, it's the toe of the frog, it's the wool of the bat and tongue of dog. Double up, sisters, double up, toil and trouble, fire, burning cauldron, bubble! Thus quoth Shakespeare.
Careful singing that song in a theater, though.
You didn't say it. You won't make any mention of that.
Sophie, Macbeth.
Hey!
Well, that's just not fair to +2 comedy. They're coming next, and you've just cursed the whole theater.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, laugh.
No, that's their fault.
That song is not out yet, by the way. It is coming out very soon on my next album. The next album got a Kickstarter backing. It turned out is turning out great. It's just taking a little longer than I was expecting.
Well, it's a Kickstarter. Of course it will.
I'm sorry.
That's almost required.
Since I did that Kickstarter, I have gotten married, I have moved, I started a job, I've started a second job, I've started a business, and I moved again.
That's
and
what
bought
all
a
the
new house
Kickstarter
and
campaigns
renovated that house.
When did you do the Kickstarter?
7 months ago?
What?
Yes, I've done all that, and almost my entire life is entirely different right now. It's fascinating, really. All right, enough about me. Let's do some music. Ooh. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you.
Captain.
Oh, who lives in a lost city under the sea? Great Cthulhu! He's big and he's green and he's tentacly. Great Cthulhu! His virtue Scientologist to extol. Great Cthulhu! He'll rise up one day and he will eat your soul. Great Cthulhu! Great Cthulhu! Great Cthulhu! Great Cthulhu! Great Cthulhu! Any topics that I haven't hit yet today?
Do you have any more songs on writing? Like the one?
Yes,
I
I
like that one a
do.
lot. It's very
That one I haven't sung in a while. Nibbling on cheese curds, watching all my words start running together till they don't make sense at all. Type on my keyboard, man, I'm so bored. See my antivirus software come to my defense. Ooh. Wasting away in front of my computer screen, searching for my Nebula Award. Some writers claim that there's an editor to blame, but I think it's the printer's fault. Don't know the reason I sit here all season with nothing to show but 10,000 more words. But their real beauty about this young cutie who's not even in my book. Writing is for the birds. Wasting away in front of my computer screen, hoping for my first Hugo Award. Some authors claim that there's a critic to blame, but I think it's writer's block's fault. Blew out my floppy. My writing's more sloppy than that time I got my first F back in 3rd grade. But my publisher just called, said my book would be mothballed if she didn't get on Friday that for which he had paid. Typing quite frantically, 100 pages left, searching for an ending that at least makes sense. Some others claim that their publishers to blame, but I know it's the last minute's fault. Alright, I think we have enough time for maybe 2-ish, 3-ish more songs, depending on how long they are.
Gaming?
Ah, okay, we can do a gaming song. We can do this song and then a gaming song. Remind me what's another this one. I've been to a lot of cons in my life.
What a shame.
And they have a lot of similarities. You have been to many conventions. Oh my goodness. I may not be able to do this song.
Do it. We believe in you.
Very well.
We all
I
know
will
what
likewise
happens
believe
at
in
cons.
you.
We just don't have enough money.
Understood. Well, when you go to a lot of conventions, you start seeing a lot of the same people when you go to ones in the same region. And some of them you get to know well enough that you become friends, and you'll meet up with each other outside of conventions, go have lunch, whatever, while you're in the area. And some people you start seeing and you know their face and you just have to say, hey, you, seeing you around. that convention, you know, the one at that hotel. How's things been? Oh, things are good with me too. Well, I'll see you around the con suite later. Hey, you. I know you too. You don't know me? Well, I don't really know you either. I remember, I saw you on TV. You're that mass murderer who just escaped from jail. Your boss is always curious on that one. It doesn't even always happen.
Murderer ran into a pond to hide. It's so
What are you going to remind me of?
The gaming one?
Gaming! Woot. That one we have done. We've also done the RPG one. So we'll do. Alright, we'll do the lead speak one.
Oh, yeah.
WTFNOOB UKILTME ROFLSRY semicolon parentheses GGU2G2G KTHXBIE. It was kind of interesting to watch your face, I have to admit. You guys like... Alright. Should do...
There wouldn't happen to be, I don't know, the Lake Pratchett, a Discworld song anyone air in there, would there?
Yes, yes there would be. I have almost every one of his books.
Did you guys know there's an entire album of Terry Pratchett music? Like
Is
this,
it
he worked with this
There it
band
is.
that's like this like
Is it splitting the
rockish
dirty ones and the
folk.
non-dirty ones?
No, it's all based on the Tiffany Aching books, so it's perfectly decent music. But it's
Yeah.
like aggressive folk music.
Simple.
And then you got it's like the Hedgehog song, which I can't even.
No, there's no hedgehog music.
Like at least in this crowd we could probably do the Patrician doesn't have any balls. But
A wizard's staff has a knob at the end.
Alrighty. I got to meet Sir Pratchett once. He surprised us at Cabclave 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, ooh! The entire convention just kind of shut down to be in the same room with him. It was great. You can live in a cottage, you can have a cat or two, but you need a pointy hat, cause if there's no hat, then no witch are you. You can cast lots of spells and you can have a pet lizard, but you need a pointy hat, cause if there's no hat, then you're not a wizard. It's in the hats, it's in the hats, even on the death of rats. It's in the hats, it's in the hats, and that's all there is to that. You can be a king if you have a crown upon your brow, a grand vizier with a hat above his ears, and that'll make you kowtow. You can't be from a poor pork if you have a turban on your head. If you see a skeleton with a hood walking towards you, you just might be dead. It's in the hats, it's in the hats, even on the death of rats. It's in the hats, it's in your hat, and that's all there is to that. Arch-Chancellor Rick Coving's hat has its own personality. Commander Sir Samuel Vine's battered helmet has quite a history. Hat's the vulture-headed god of unexpected guests. A hatful of sky, a hat with 2 Z's. I think that one's the best. It's in the hats, it's even the hats, even on the death of rats. It's in the hats, it's in the hats, and that's all there is to that. That one is called Headology. That came about because one day I was noticing that so many of the Discworld characters wore something on their head. And it added so much to their character. It's one of those little things that you notice as an author that another author does that you just go, aha. And it's so subtle. Think about it. You know, a helmet, a pointy hat, a duck on your head, whatever it is, it adds to your character a whole bunch. And you don't have to say anything. Just by saying you have a duck on your head and the character going, duck. Huge, huge. Okay. I will stop geeking out. Thank you again, Sir Pratchett. We shall do the last song now. Since I know that you guys are doing a lot of studying. You are doing a lot of studying.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Yes, Mom.
I know you guys put in a lot of long nights doing that studying.
Yes, studying.
Not coming.
Rock-a-bye, Sauron on tower top. When the horn blows, your cradle will rock. And when the ring melts, Barad-dûr will fall. And down will come Sauron, gargantuan flaming I am all.